Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. Last time, we as Kazami Yuuji met the rest of the 5 other students currently enrolled at Mihama Academy. And things didn't go as Yuuji had planned for the sake of getting a normal quote-unquote student life. In fact, one of the last students he met, Yumiko, attacked him with a box cutter because she felt threatened. And now we continue. Cool. It looks like a sparring match at this point. More like a drill instructor playing with a fresh recruit. I was all aflutter at first, but I can't muster the slightest concern anymore. How do you keep... The result of going with the flow. Yumiko's attacks have been continuing without any particular change to date. It's Yui's fault for playing along. Look, could you quit it already? Shut up! Ah! Her movement's thrown off by my sudden sidestep. Yumiko staggers forwards unsteadily. She tries desperately to regain her balance, resulting in a ridiculous pose in strong contrast with her usual haughty demeanor. Michiru lets out an involuntary giggle at the spectacle. She is instantly pierced by Yumiko's furious glare. Eek! Sorry! What a wimp! Ignoring Michiru as she cowers behind her desk. Yumiko storms out of the classroom in a towering rage. There she goes. It feels like we've been watching reruns for a while now. So scary. What's with that glare? I can't even move when she does that. Qa'Rajh will be paying for that one in blood. Quit it, Machina. Don't worry, this will be fun. For who? Seems like this one we're very familiar by now. With the exception of Michiru, everyone seems perfectly calm. Even if this little routine doesn't bother them as directly concerned party, it's problematic. Hey, Amane. In response to my call, she points to herself with her index finger, silently asking, me? When I nod, she approaches in her usual pointlessly sexy way. What's up? Did all that play fighting with Sakaki-san wear you out? Finally ready to seek comfort in my bosom? I'm sorry, do you actually want me to treat you like a sex worker? If you ask real nice, I might not mind every once in a while. I'll be sure to keep that offer in mind, but that's not what I need today. Okay, so what then? You've known her, Yumiko, for a long time, right? Well, I've certainly known her for a little longer than the others have, but... Any ideas about the reason she's rejecting me this intensely? Sorry, I don't know. That's kind of how she is, you know. To be honest, I haven't had many chances to talk with her except about practical stuff. I see. You did just get here, so maybe you'll gradually be able to talk to her, but at the moment I'm practically still at the default state with her myself. Certainly, Yumiko hardly seems the type to open up and reveal herself to someone just because they've known each other for a while. I guess I'll have to find a solution myself after all. Thanks anyway. Let me know if anything comes to mind. With those words, I move to exit the classroom. If Yumiko's rejection continues to take this form, I'll have no choice but to ask the principal's advice again. At the moment, I open the door and prepare to leave. Maybe she doesn't see you as one of us. I stop at the sound of Amane's voice. Yuuji-kun, you came in here from the outside. She might be thinking of you as an intruder because of that. She's saying the same things as the principal, huh? Does it feel that way to you as well, Amane? Not at all. I'm your fervent supporter, Yuuji-kun. It's a little hard to take that seriously given the flow of this conversation. I think the war might end if you make her think of you as one of us. Might not be a bad advice, actually. I return to the dorm and wander the hallways without any particular objective. Compared to shutting myself up alone in my room, it's easier to gather my thoughts. One of the group, huh? I recall Amane's parting words. It's easy for her to say, but actually getting that island of human being to recognize me as a friend seems next to impossible. First of all, we're not even on speaking terms yet. Oh, this late already. The sun is sinking below the window frame, casting shadows along the hall. About time for me to return to my room. Guess I'll try talking to her tomorrow. I scratch my head as I turn towards my bedroom. The sound of my slippers echoes roughly in the hallway. Yumiko might have her own set of internal rules, since she hasn't tried to attack me once while inside the dorm. It's not that I was particularly off my guard as a result of that assumption, rather it was probably because it happened at this particular time of day. Or so I would reflect to myself later. Evening, a hallway in the dormitory lit up by the setting sun. At the flash of a thrusting light I react instinctively and grab her arm firmly. Ugh. With her arm captured, Yumiko's face stiffens. The box cutter, blade still extended, rattles around her feet, turning in circles around the handle. Trying for the element of surprise. Yumiko's expression changed from shock to fear. That's what tips me off that I'm not wearing my peaceful face. Sorry, that came out of nowhere, so I couldn't hold back. I didn't want to frighten her. I thought I could play the normal student. I wanted to convince myself that I could. Look, Yumiko. Still gripping her arm, I look into her eyes and speak. I'm not your enemy. Yumiko's expression betrays uncertainty for just a moment. But, just as quickly, it settles back to her customary mask. But it doesn't look like you're convinced of that yet, so let me say one thing. Releasing her arm, I pick up the box cutter lying in front of her feet. Carefully retracting the blade, I hold it out to Yumiko. I won't cause you harm and I won't pry into your business either. That's a promise, so stop this. It's pointless. Observe me and reach your own conclusions. If I'm lying, you can always try stabbing me again. Stumbling, Yumiko retreats a single step. Bye. Turning around, I return to my room. Normally, Yumiko would seize such a chance to attack, but something's different now. Her elongated shadow is still, and the hallway is silent except for the small sound of her breathing. After that day, Yumiko's attacks came to an abrupt halt. Hopefully I can use this as an opportunity to slightly improve our relationship. I'm trying to live a normal campus life, so it would be nice to minimize the number of classmates who want me dead. Just had to grab some tea there. Yo. As usual, to call Yumiko's behavior, when we come across each other, curt would be an understatement. But at the very least, judging from the clearly different way she's looking at me, her observation period seems to be ongoing. I want to ask you something. I'll answer, unless you want to know my weaknesses. That was the question. What a shame. Come up with something else. She occasionally talks to me like this, but instead of friendly chats about our lunch plans, we have investigative inquiries and careful negotiations. Even so, I suppose it's a considerable improvement over outright bloodshed. I'll find your Achilles heel someday. Is that your idea of social interaction between classmates? I haven't acknowledged you as a classmate yet. Right then. I open my hands in an exaggerated American-style shrug. Well, good luck to you, Yumiko. I think it's time to leave before she starts probing any further. Look, you, stop calling me by my first name already. Seems like she's hung up on that point. After those events, I've been intentionally addressing Yumiko by her first name. The family name would actually be more appropriate here, but I've got a bit of a reason for doing this. Says the woman who has never referred to me as anything but you. Even so, that doesn't mean you get to start addressing me however you please. So you're saying, as classmates, we should both use last names? Yumiko's expression clearly reads, oh crap. What makes you think I'm going to address you as my equal? Isn't that a starting point for building a cordial relationship? Even so. Alright, in that case I'll take our friendship to the next level by making up a pleasant nickname for you. Not to worry, you can do the same for... It might be a little early for that, so I propose starting with last names. Yumiko hesitates briefly, but before long she opens her mouth stiffly and in a tight voice. Best regards, Kasami-kun. After speaking those words with a cramped attempt at a smile, she stalks off. Yep, best regards, Sakaki. Thus, after great hardship, I finally succeeded in establishing an absolute minimum level of communication with my 5th classmate. Seems this student life thing is pretty rough in its own way. When I push open the heavy glass doors, I find the lobby in utter silence. Exchanging my outdoor use shoes for the slippers I use in my room, I reach for the board hanging above the shoe racks, and flip the magnetic name tag reading Kasami Yuuji from out to in. At a glance at the other name tag revealed that Sakaki, Sachi and Amane are all in, but there's no one in the lobby. They're probably shut up in their rooms doing homework. Hold on. There wasn't any homework assigned today, which would mean my hypothesis just now can't be accurate. Then what? When students shut themselves up in the room, homework and masturbation are the only things that comes to mind. Although I gave the matter a little thought, I don't plan on going around confirming my new conjecture. It's just a guess, and no matter what sort of vile filth they're getting off to, that's their prerogative. In this case, pretending not to notice would be the kinder thing. Having reached that conclusion, I reach out to the door of my room, but in doing so, I notice that the bit of tape I stuck on my door as a seal has been ripped off. Someone's in the room. Backing away from the door for a moment, I quietly press my ear against the wall, but I can't hear any noises from inside. It doesn't seem like a typhoon is laying waste to the room in my absence, but either way, if it's someone stupid enough to miss this tape, no need to be too careful. I forcefully swing open the door to my room. Don't move! Oh, why, you surprised me! Don't open the door all of a sudden! What are you doing in here? Who called me a stripper? It's not my birthday. You got the wrong room. Sorry. That's a new one. At your previous school, was a stripper in your dorm for the dorm room the standard birthday surprise? What? Oh, it's just Amane. Why are you in my room? Why, you ask? I change my clothes in this room pretty frequently. Amane points to a large overnight bag lying on the floor, presumably containing her spare clothes. This room is the only one with this large refrigerator. Whenever I make a big shopping trip or whatever, I always use the fridge in here. Why are you half naked? Because you burst in here all of a sudden when I was changing clothes. When I want to go shopping after school, this is where I change. You've got your own room, right? It's on the second floor. Too much effort. When I was a grade schooler, I had friends who'd throw their bags by the door after school so they could get back outside faster. I guess this woman's brain works on the same level. So, mind if I finish changing? Fine, I suppose. How about you come inside instead of standing there? I'll come in whether you invite me or not. It's my room. I walk into the room, hold a glass under the faucet in the sink and fill it with tap water. Hey. What? I swig down tepid water from the glass. Normally, would you actually? Actually what? Your sentence is missing both a verb and an object. Well, you know, a girl's getting changed in here, right? Wouldn't you excuse yourself normally? I'm not a normal man, and you were the one who barged into my room. That's true, but if you don't want to be seen, how about being frank about it and telling me to get out? Rude! My body's not something I need to hide. Want me to stick a 20 in your panties? I think I told you I'm not a stripper already. If you say so, you seem pretty used to this. That's my line! How am I supposed to keep my cool with you staring at me like an old man watching baseball with a beer in his hand? If you didn't want to be seen, you would have said so from the start. I'll be outside, call me when you're done changing. Don't bother, I'll be done in a minute. What a troublesome woman. What do you want from me? I want you to stay there and shut up. Nice tits. I didn't ask for your thoughts. Returning my empty glass to the sink, I turn my back on Amane for the moment. Breaking into my room as she pleases, throwing her tits around as she pleases, and then getting pissed at me as she pleases. I don't have any real obligation to be considerate of someone like that, but, well, this kind of thoughtfulness is what keeps society moving smoothly. Hey, Yuuji-kun. What? You seem pretty used to women. Do you have an older sister or something? I did have one. You had one? Meaning you don't anymore? She's dead. I see. I'm sorry. That was thoughtless of me. It's been years. Not a problem. In that case, do you mind if I ask you one more thoughtless question? What? What was your sister's name? Kazuki. Kazuki? I know, kind of a weird name for a girl. It's actually written with the characters for one and princess. That really is an unusual name. Why do you ask? No reason, just a little curious. I see. My sister is a topic I prefer to avoid as much as possible. Not because it's too painful to remember her death or anything sentimental like that. I just don't want to get in a heavy mood for no good reason. Maybe Amane picked up on my reaction since she doesn't ask anything else about the subject. Although she's a troublesome, selfish woman, I can honestly appreciate that part of her. Thanks for waiting. I'm done changing. I wasn't really waiting. Well, what do you think? Now that I look, Amane is wearing a pointlessly skimpy outfit. Even if it is summer, this is a bit over the top. Too much exposure. Your breast barely staying in that thing. That's fine. I've got the goods, so wouldn't it be a waste of resources not to show off a bit? A waste of resources? When I wear this to the shopping district, for some strange reason, everyone throws in a lot of freebies. This woman trying to disrupt the economy of the shopping district with her tits. What's supposed to mean? Nothing at all. If you're done, hurry up and go. The dirty old men in the shopping district are clutching their 20s in anticipation. Right you are. Let's go then. As she speaks, Amane grabs my arm like a border patrol agent seeking an illegal immigrant from Mexico. Oh. What are you trying to pull? Get off. Come on, let's go shopping together. Why do I have to come? I'm buying 10 kilos of rice today, so you're going to help me carry it. Even if you don't rope me into this, with that huge body, 10 kilos shouldn't be an issue. Or so I thought, but courteously didn't put into word. We are dealing with a woman here, technically speaking. In the first place, she's only large for a woman. I'm 8 or 9 centimeters taller. I guess Amane has gotten sick of me staring at her silently, so as she jerks me closer by the arm she's grasping. I'll let you see my breasts. A little shopping isn't exactly a bad trade, is it? I don't remember asking to see her breast. This woman's logic is completely incoherent. What? You look dissatisfied. If just a look isn't enough, want to squeeze them? Just a light massage, mind you. If you think a flash of your tits will make any man do your bidding, you got another thing coming. Come on now, you have anything better to do? We didn't have any guys at this school before, so all the heavy labor went to me, you know. Don't you feel some pity? When you got a physique like that, I think it's probably inevitable. I look forward to making you change light bulbs for me. Well, let's go. As she speaks, Amane entwines herself around my arm, pushing her famous breasts onto me. Hey. You might not guess it, but I'm the daughter of an old-school respectable family. By all rights, the price for seeing me naked would be a shotgun wedding. The fact that I just spent a good second thinking about anti-helicopter mines is frankly completely ridiculous. But the world has been seeming like an extremely ridiculous place recently. No point in getting too down on myself. Fine, you just need me to carry the rice, right? That's the spirit. You should just have said yes from the start. You would have won some point for sweetness. I've heard it's better not to be loved by gods or big women if you want long life. From who? Just a joke. Let's get going already. Hey, jeez, wait up. Let go of my arm. I don't need you clinging all over me. It's stifling. You know you like it. What's this? Yuuji, you smell kind of nice. You wearing cologne or something? Don't press your nose against me and snuffle. You're not a dog. Ow! Honestly, carrying some rice isn't really that big a deal, but if I'd agreed from the start to save myself the effort of resistance, it's easy to see that she'd take that as a license to push increasingly unreasonable requests on me. If you're smart, you start rejecting people requests at 80% of your real tolerance level. Get back to the city then. Women's shopping methods can be broken down into 2 patterns. Type A throws everything that catches her eyes into the cart, whether or not she has any need for it. Type B deliberates endlessly over cost efficiency even when she has a pressing need and ends up buying nothing. My impression of the woman named Amane, probably influenced by her large build, was she was likely the careless sort who'd follow the former pattern. But apparently I'm not much of a judge of character. Okay, shall we hit the greengrocer next? What? You're still buying? If you needed vegetables, why didn't you get them at the supermarket just now? Because the greengrocer in the shopping district is cheaper than the supermarket. I understand in theory that specialty shops are better than general retailers, but as the one being dragged around, changing stores this rapidly is a serious nuisance. Because Amane mentioned she wanted to buy oolong tea, I'd reached out for a 2-liter 158 yen bottle at the supermarket, only to have her slap my hand firmly away. In the woman's own words, don't buy that here. Get tea packs at the drugstore and you can make 52 liters for 480 yen. And so I ended up having to tag along to the drugstore as well. Excuse me, some carrots and onions, please. Oh, if it isn't Amane-chan, you're as cute as always. Aren't I? Hey, how about a little bonus? I won't tell the wife. I can't beat Amane-chan. Alright, I'll throw in a pack of strawberries. Yeah, I'm so happy. Really? This deal's just for Amane-chan, so don't tell anyone, okay? You're the best. Makina loves strawberries, you know. Come to mention it, Maki-poo isn't with you today. What's up? I brought rice today too, so I brought along a tough luggage boy. Huh? Growling, the dirty old greengrocer seizes me up with a blatant scowl on his face. What's with this guy? I don't like the look of his face. Don't be mean. He's my little brother. Brother? What? Your brother? Here I was thinking Amane-chan started dating some worthless bum. Look at me jumping to conclusions. I'm not sure what's so funny, but the great greengrocer cackles heartily as he stares into my face. Hey kid, what's your name? Yuuji. Yuuji, is it? Not a bad name. Good job helping your big sister out. Alright, I'll give you strawberries too, so eat them. You're not getting enough vitamins. That's why you got a face like a murderer. They're brand name strawberries from Tsushiki, you know? Eat. Thank you. I smile and lower my head in a slight bow, prompting the old man to shout, What? You can smile after all? In an even louder voice. Okay then, thanks again. Yeah, come back soon. I got more freebies waiting. You too, Yuuji. Of course. Thank you. Can you quit it with that face? What are you talking about? That crappy excuse for a smile. It looks like a face someone taught you to make. You're strangely perceptive at times. Look, you lie with your face like that sometimes, don't you? Run in your family or something? Fake smiles are an expression of consideration for others. You want me to scowl instead? Then at least smile a little more believably. It's completely blatant. I was taught that children's smiles and women's tears are weapons, but this is the first time my own emotional front was penetrated like this. I may have been underestimating this woman. And now you're making that scary face again. That's why Makina is terrified of you, you know? I was born with this face. So was your sister born with that face as well? My sister was, yeah, well, in her case she always had this sleepy expression. Oh, that's so. Why bring up my sister there? Just came to mind. More importantly, are we finished with the shopping yet? Just have to pick up silken tofu and shirataki noodles at the tofu store. We're still not done. Just carrying rice. So had been promised when I agreed to this shopping expedition, but in the end I ended up following her around for a good 2 hours. Thanks for helping me with the shopping. You were a big help. As she speaks, Amane is packing away the ingredients she purchased, for some reason, into my refrigerator. I usually go with Makina, you know. Thing is, when I'm shopping with her, we tend to get sidetracked at the candy counter or toy stores or whatever. Ends up taking a lot longer. It's not a problem, but mind if I ask you something? Why are you putting that stuff into the fridge in my room? I already told you. The fridge in here is the biggest one. That's not an answer to the question. Come on, it's not like you're putting it to good use now, are you? Here, I'll give you a strawberry. That's from the pack that old man at the greengrocer's gave to me. You got it because I was there. I'll let you drink the milk in the fridge, okay? It's not that I particularly care about her using the fridge, but her barging in here every time she needs to get something would be a pain in the ass. I know, and thanks for today. How about I make you dinner? I've already cooked rice and I've got canned food for the side dishes, so I'll pass. Canned food? That sounds pretty miserable. And the rice, you don't even have a cooker in here, so how are you preparing it? Using that over there. I point toward a cylindrical mess kit style rice cooker made of aluminium, currently towering over the IH cooking heater in my kitchen. Huh? You're cooking it with a mess kit? IH heaters can't quite manage aluminium, so I've been using a gasoline stove I had with me instead. Quite the survivalist. You had that stuff lying around? It's only normal for a man to have a stove or two. Normal for a man is probably an overstatement, but it's standard equipment for a backpacker at least. Ideally, you want one that can use the unleaded unleaded gasoline you can get from gas stations. In that case, why don't you bring what you've made to my room? Nothing but canned food for side dishes is pretty sad, don't you think? I'm making máquinas helping anyway. So, let's eat together. No, I'll pass. Why? Don't worry, I'm actually quite good at cooking. Makina would be there, wouldn't she? Ah, right. Makina is still scared of you, isn't she? Exactly. I think I'd be better if I wasn't there. How about using this as a chance to become friends? It's not going to happen that fast. And if I go out of my way to eat quietly, she'll end up feeling even more uncomfortable. I'll pass after all. Well, I guess I'll give up on tonight, but once Makina warms up to you, I can make you dinner whenever you want. You're telling me to become friends with her in exchange for food? That's not what I meant, but I would really like you to get along with her. She's actually terrible at getting to know people, so maybe you could start the conversation, Yuuji-kun. I don't have anything against her, and I don't want to be on hostile terms, so I'll try to talk to her. But I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to improve things. My personality being what it is. Picking up on the words I've left unspoken, Amane answers, "That's good enough," with a smile. Well, thanks for today. As soon as the words are out of her mouth, she briskly walks out of the door, but... hey, wait, you forgot... The overnight bag packed with her spare clothes is still lying in the center of her room. That woman, she isn't planning to change in my room again, is she? More to the point, I'm sure I locked this door when I left this morning. How did she even get in here? There aren't any signs of damage to the lock, and I can't imagine she got a secret talent for lockpicking. Does she have a spare key or something? Amane. The creature known as large women are mostly careless, but weirdly attentive to certain details. They possess unusual intuition as well as pointlessly large breasts, and on the whole deserve to be handled with caution. And that's where we'll end the episode for today. So, until next time, take care.